So then I set him on fire, and his friends really freaked out because they thought I was joking.
Well, I understand you were very hurt by the situation, so you were definitely in the right.
It's good to have validation. Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
I mean, I'm glad you know what your job is as storyteller.
Hello, dogs.
Hello.
Keep holding your breath. Suffocate. What are we doing?
Breathe again.
Breathe again.
Yeah. So, I'm D-Written. I am your alternate host because our regular victim is out. And to am I gesturing the right way? Whatever. My left or right or whichever, we have Junie Von Esch. This way, yeah, so we're mirrored here. And she's our storyteller. And then, let's see, down there we have Cymerk, who is playing Tommy. And then down here we have Tanari, who is playing Melody, who is an insane squirrel. So yesterday we had our first session, and we're going to go through what happened. So to start, yes, you must get more crochet done while you storytell. That this is. Good job, Gabe.
You're welcome.
It's yeah. So to start off, Morgan woke up at the top of his skyscraper, top floor penthouse, felt a little hungry, went down to the basement where he keeps the special employees, and had a little snacky, and then reached out to HR and was like, "Hey, have you found me an assistant to work with the special employees yet?" And they were like, "Oh, well, we've got 2 people and one of them's on vacation, so we've really only got one." And he's like, "Okay, fine, I'll interview the one. Can they come in?" And so meanwhile, there was some stuff going on in Joliet, in the stomping grounds for the last season, and that would involve Melody.
We were in Joliet? Okay. Okay, so I'm in Olivia's yard. Okay. So Olivia stopped to tell Melody she needed to take the box to a special iron box in a bag, because I may be a vampire now, but I was not before, and iron sucks.
They can't hear you.
So I took it to this place where I was supposed to be able to find Nosferatu. That's what I was supposed to take it to. She said preferably one I knew, so I asked for Elizabeth and found Boblin and made a noisy mess. And got coffee, which was probably not a great call. And then I think that's where we found Tommy.
So for everyone at home, Melody got the box and went to a kind of bar, nightclub, restaurant combo thing where there was a band playing, and that's relevant because one of the players who's not here today was in the band.
That's right.
Ozzy.
Yeah, that's where we found Ozzy.
And Ozzy knew Tommy, and that's where Tommy comes in.
Yep, so there I was, just watching Ozzy do his thing, or getting ready to do his thing, and then all of a sudden there's a pixie with flavored Kool-Aid, and a not-so-pixie with her, who's like, hey, you're a Nosferatu, do you know Elizabeth? And I'm like, of course. Right? Because I'm friendly.
Well, and you never answer that question with no, even if the true answer is no.
Exactly. You always say yes. I'm like, I'll help you find her later. Like, not now.
Not. I will totally ditch your ass later, but this is fine. You won't know it.
Right. And then a little bit later, because back at Daily Tower, a conversation had kicked off.
Yeah, so, while they're all meeting up at the nightclub, Daly is interviewing Emil about being his mage assistant, because he has a bunch of mages working for him, and they really love him and really want to impress him. And so they'll do things like kill themselves trying to get something done when he's just asking if it's possible and what the trade-offs are. So he needs somebody to kind of filter things and give him an idea of what the trade-offs are, rather than just finding out after the fact, oh, hey, we did that thing before employees killed themselves pulling it off. That's not a thing that he's really happy to have happen, because not only are they hard to find, they're also food. Daly has some special dietary requirements. He can't eat normal people. He's too prissy for that. He needs to eat special people.
He's too fucking shoo-shoo. Call it as it is. Sorry, that's my inner Chicagoan coming out.
So he eats Garou, and he eats mages, and he'll eat other kindred, but he can't eat just regular human. So he keeps people like that employed, and it's really a pain in the butt to replace your meal if they go and kill themselves. So he needs some help making sure that they don't do that. And that's where Emil comes in. But he's also like, okay, so this person's never actually met a kindred. They didn't even realize I was a kindred until partway through the conversation. So let's go meet some kindred and make sure that this is going to work out. So he takes Emil to a place where there's usually kindred hanging around in a fairly social environment that's relatively non-threatening as kindred things go.
I love how it's like a very social environment when you're mixing Camarilla, Anarchs, Atarchus. Oh, and the occasional other superhumans.
Well, okay, but the fact that the other superhumans willingly go there and walk back out alive means that it's fairly sociable.
I mean, most kindred don't eat Fae and mages, but this is just how it rolls.
It's all food. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Sure. We're gonna go with
Sure,
that.
totally fine. It's all good.
Second mage war starts when he bites into the wrong mage.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's thinking about that.
This is why you make sure that you get volunteers. tears because the wrong mage isn't gonna volunteer.
This is true. Okay, I'll give you that one. Mental note: make more NPCs with Mind Sphere. Yeah, that aw's not gonna work anymore. Oh, you traded dominate me.
No, the awe has worked one time, 2 seasons. The awe has worked once.
This is true, but I was surprised you actually did it. But I'm glad you did. No,
we'll get to that. So, Morgan and Emil take his limo from Morgan's personal skyscraper to the nightclub, and he does the whole, oh, hey, here's how you get out of a limo at a nightclub thing, where, you know, they gets out, offers the arm, they walk in, and everybody's like, ooh, one of those. And he's like, no, this is just professional, and not that kind of professional. And so then he bumps into the others.
Frank. Frank plays an important role here.
Yes, Frank was there with Olivia. Or not Olivia, sorry.
Boblin.
With
Boblin.
Melody. Wait,
Boblin.
Boblin. Yeah.
He was guarding Boblin.
You know, because of William being like, do this thing. And Frank was also an associate of Morgan's as well. So they're like, oh, hi, friend. And stuff.
while the poor Nosferatu's like, huh?
And then Morgan's like, oh, hey, new mage who's never met anybody but other mages and regular people. Here's a pixie, and here's a used to be Puka, and here's this new guy who's kind of a trash man.
Morgan would probably consider him a trash man. Yes, that's fair.
I mean, that's how you described him in the past, so I'm
Kind
just
of a
going
trash
with
man.
it.
It's fair.
He's a trash panda, but we love him.
Not this time. Not this time. Never again.
Say that.
You say that now, but you know.
So no more lovable characters for Sai?
Well, not this one. That's for certain.
Hold on. We will work on this lovability.
We'll
We
get
will-
there.
We were only
No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to play a lovable character if you don't want to. Besides, the squirrel needs things to eat.
Look, all
mean,
I'm
you're not
saying
wrong.
is...
I'm not supposed to eat peoples. I'm supposed to eat what I'm given. I'm sure that's not going to last, but
I mean, Morgan can find some people to give you. I'm just saying.
Look, the squirrel can try, alright? She'd have to find me first.
This is fair. Wait, the squirrel... Yeah, but you have Follow Fold. She's got a couple of things that could help her find you faster than
Look,
regular aspects.
Alright, listen, we'll get there when we get there, alright?
come up. We know it.
We'll see what happens.
So everyone put your bets on the lovable and adorable Nosferatu named Tommy, who may or may not like pinball machines. That's what I was thinking. Tommy, the musical, when I stuttered for what I was trying to call Tommy yesterday, was the whole pinball wizard. It was playing in my head, but I couldn't think of the name or the title, so I apologize.
Ah, fair enough.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
So yeah, they all meet, and I think it was who suggested that they go upstairs.
I think Tommy was the one.
Boblin did. She told us to go
Boblin.
upstairs and see what we find.
Boblin suggested us to go upstairs, and what we found upstairs was a lovely Elizabeth, because plot, and Tommy was like, "Oh look, I have found Elizabeth for you. My job is done."
Yay!
I was just like,
One
here's your
boon,
box.
please.
Mom said this is for you.
And Elizabeth was like, "Oh, Tommy, you're not done. Here, take this box. You remember this thing I gave you 2 months ago?" Which I kind of forgot, but then I remembered, but then I forgot again. So
This is fine.
we'll
That's okay.
figure that out.
I forgot Olivia had property in Chicago too, so
Well, that's why I made that map. So for those at home that don't know, I made a map for the players to know where everything's at, or at least what I remember. And I've even labeled both of Morgan's properties because I remembered.
Wait. I'm down to 2 now?
Well, the 2 that we role played.
I'm messing with you. It's fun. It's
okay,
funny.
because
I
I'm
promise.
going. Oh, I forgot. Well, no, it's not really relevant anymore. But I didn't put Gabe and Frank's house, but it really isn't relevant anymore. But I really should put it there. I'll have to remember where I threw you guys at.
It's
sorry.
not relevant.
If last-
Gabe's not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
if last season proved anything, it's that will come back to bite you if you don't fix it.
Yeah, I will. I'll hold on. I'll make a note to put the house up because I will forget. We all know my memory.
Well, that's true. I mean, Frank is there, and I guess he's kind of important.
Gabe is not. However,
Gabe is
Gabe,
not.
if he did stay with the lady,
Mhm.
I did mark the lady's residence. So you may or may not be called at some point to play some characters you have played in the past.
Oh, I will
I'm
totally
sorry.
play up Gabe. That's fine.
Gabe sent that letter to his old coterie, right?
Gabe? Sure. We'll go with
Okay.
that. I'm sure Gabe did things.
Saying there was a line there where Olivia was gonna go, "Fuck this! I'm gonna go find him."
Yeah, there was that.
That letter probably
I'm
prevented
sure
that.
Gabe probably left a sassy voicemail being like, "Oh, I'm just on vacation. I'll see you all in a few weeks or months or years. Anyway,
For
ta-ta.
decades, you know.
Kisses."
Hugs and kisses.
Yeah.
That probably just put the manhunt a little lower on the priority list.
Well, then there you go.
A lot.
Mission
And
accomplished.
then 10 million squirrels came over the fence.
And the lady's like, Gabe, I
Not my squirrels. Not my problem.
this is not my problem either, but they're coming to this house for some reason. I don't speak
Okay,
squirrel.
someone needs to clip "not my squirrels, not my problem."
Because I have to look at
Say
it like,
it too.
that's not my army of squirrels. I'm Lasambra. I am not a gangrel. This is not my problem, but they're coming after you. Why are they chanting Gabe in English? This is not appropriate.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't speak squirrel.
and
Did you see Gabe standing over some ritual, not even looking up?
Literally covered in blood, because that's what the rituals are.
and he's
Like
just
there's
like
this
waving
big
it off.
circle of symbols on the floor drawn
Yeah.
in blood, and he's
Exactly.
like up to his shoulders in it, just not even looking up, and then there's this army of squirrels.
And then the next scene, you'll see him at the balcony doing the whole "Don't cry for me, Squirrel Kingdom," as he slowly takes
All right,
over.
we're not going to talk about Gabe. We're not here to talk about Gabe. We're going to talk about new vampires.
We'll get out. We'll get back to
We'll get
this
to Gabe
after we
eventually.
go over the
Army
rest of
box.
the episode.
We'll get to Gabe soon enough.
So, what else happened? All right, Ballroom Blitz. Ballroom Blitz happened.
Oh yeah, the Blitzkrieg Bop happened. Ozzy smashed the guitar. Oh wait, Gwen came in. Gwen was there.
Yeah, two
When
guys.
came in,
There was two guys. There were two groups of two dudes trying to go at each other.
band was playing. Two dudes started fighting. They decked the bouncer. They ruined the set. They pissed off the guitarist, who happens to be one of our players, and broke his guitar over the head of the guy who got loud. And then some things happened. I believe Boblin got some caffeine and started hopping around, as you do.
Wayfair
and-
is fantastic. That's all I have to say.
That's fine. That's fair. Morgan decided that he was unhappy with the band being interrupted and with these people making a ruckus around his new employee. So he leaves the employee with Boblin and with Frank, who's supposed to be watching Boblin, and kind of owes Morgan a little bit for a little, like bringing back from the dead and stuff like that, but we'll get to that later. Not important. And so Morgan goes down and finds the loudest guy who is starting things and decks him. And around then, I believe, so Ozzy, the guitarist, did some like hentai combat stuff with some tentacles. And I believe Tommy joined in a little bit. Grabbed a guy, maybe a little gropey, maybe a little disappearing wallet,
Somebody told Boblin to get to safety and she wouldn't do it. So that's where Melody went, screw this, and then the polar bear grabs the pixie and proceeds to wrestle the thing outside.
She got taken out by a polar bear.
And while she's wrestling things outside, gunfire erupts outside in the direction that she's headed.
Yep.
Because that's how this goes.
I mean, it's Chicago. If it's
it's fair. It's props to the storyteller for doing an accurate rendition of Chicago.
I mean, if there's not gunshots somewhere in the city, something's wrong.
That's fair. So I believe Tommy just held somebody, and then there was some talking back and forth between the sheriff and the guitarist and Morgan. Morgan also kind of hit his special charisma bonuses to kind of mind whammy the crowd and convince them that, you really don't want to do this in here and interrupt the band. If you want to kill each other, go outside and keep it down.
Yep.
But people still wanted to kill each other.
So they went outside, which was a healthy choice for them.
Mm-hmm. It's what we do.
And so the people who had started that got thrown in the garbage, or the first two of them. The guy that got hit by the guitar and the really loud one, the sheriff wanted to have for some talks. Mm-hmm. And so the sheriff is like, follow me, we're putting these guys in the car, and then we're going because people are going to shoot the place up. So, I mean, there's some talking, there's some back and forth. Tommy does his, did his best Naruto impression where, he just kind of disappeared in a puff of smoke and then ran with his arms behind him.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much. He did a whole, what was it? It's from Naruto, correct?
Naruto, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Nope, God!
Yeah.
And then what? We turned around and Gwen. Was that the point where Shadow Noodles kind of chokeholdy thing, and we got rewritten, or we got Morgan and Frank. Frank did the whole sun thing, and then Gwen did the whole spray and pray thing.
Yeah. So Gwen, the sheriff, walks out of the bar with a pair of Uzis and just kind of hoses down anybody who looks at her wrong. And then Frank makes them all see a sun, which is, a sun is a thing that you don't want to see as a kindred, something about turning to ash, so he did that, and then Morgan walked out and was kind of like, hey, sheriff, do you need help? Or, should we just leave you to it? And she's like, oh, you can help. And then Morgan's like, oh, I know how to do this. And, rip somebody's heart out. And then they're like, maybe not help that way.
maybe not. Let's keep the hearts inside, but just wound the people so they can't do something. Meanwhile, Melody is hiding behind a garbage thing.
And Morgan's just kind of like, well, I mean, if it's not worth killing them over, is it really worth doing it all? And gets in the cart.
Yeah, but it's more of giving. It's more of it's showing strength, but not showing strength to kill.
I mean, I'd argue that that one guy who got his heart ripped out and literally handed to him, before he burned to ash, that showed plenty of strength, and so the point was made.
I think it's more of like let the Wookiee win because the Wookiee can rip off your arms. It's kind of what they were looking for. Was not the let's kill them, but let's make a strong statement.
Oh, and so that's why it was just the one.
Fair. Poor Melody was
Clarified, he's an all or nothing kind of vampire.
This makes so much sense now.
Definitely true.
Yeah.
Why not? It's content.
Oh, very much content. And more the fact that people going, okay, this man doesn't do things by halvesies. He's a whole ass kind of dude. So, fuck.
And having a reputation as being a whole ass kind of dude can be a good thing.
Fair.
Or it could be a really bad thing. It depends on who you're dealing with.
You're not wrong. Now, wait a minute. I have a question. Because I was dealing with all this other stuff. What did Melody do to get on the bike already? Because I missed all of that.
I don't know. You said the gunfire. Oh, I roared.
So you roared, and then she had you roll stealth.
I rolled something. I don't remember what.
Yeah. So the polar bear, she roared to kind of throw everybody off, and then she drug Boblin behind a trash can to hide, and then they snuck around to where the bikes were parked.
That's what it was, yeah. I snuck around the building.
Okay.
Which was fun with Boblin screaming all the time, but she was clearly not the target of this mess.
No, but I didn't want to go and get help.
No,
Which is honestly probably why the polar bear was fine, because the Kindred would see a polar bear mauling a pixie and be like, you know what? I'm just going to go after the winner. I'm going to let the polar bear have its fun.
Like, yeah, not worth it.
I mean, how often do you actually see a polar bear in Chicago?
That's true. A good few people probably are like, well, that's a hallucination I don't want to deal with.
It's kind of like when Tommy drank it from that guy who had PCP in him. It's like, that's a hallucination I want to forget now.
Maybe.
And I think a lot of older Kindred would see a polar bear mauling a pixie in the middle of Chicago and be like, not my squirrels.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Gabe's on that next level shit. Not his girl, not his problem.
Oh my god.
See a bunch of gunmen going, I don't get paid enough for that. Nope.
Exactly.
And then I think everyone got into cars, and then we pulled over Melody and Boblin and gave...
And Frank.
Right, well, Frank was with us.
Right.
Frank was in the car.
Right, and so we switched out Frank and Melody.
Yeah. We weren't far from Joliet at that point, so we went ahead and dropped off Boblin, I think.
Yeah. She didn't want to go. She was having too much
And
fun.
And then we followed Gwen.
Yep. Gwen took us to the tower, and there was a question of, like, where's the mage? And he's like, oh, she's off for the night, but I'll see if she wants to come.
Yeah, she saw shooting and just went, screw this, there's a bathroom in there, I'm leaving.
Yeah, the mage just kind of went to the bathroom and came out in another bathroom, you know?
It's called bathroom
town.
teleportation.
Yep. So secretly there is only one bathroom. And you can just, if you're a mage, you can go into the bathroom in one building and come out at another one because they're all the same bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Very much so.
And so, when things started to get too rowdy, the mage just kind of went, "Oh, I'm going to the bathroom." And then when she was in the bathroom, she was like, "Oh, well, I'm coming out at home."
The guru's got it.
Okay. And so then Morgan, once they got to the tower, texted her and like, "Hey, we're at the tower. There's a meeting. You can come if you want, but you don't have to. Here's where I'm at." And the mage was just like, "Oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom and come back out." And then there were some crossfires because, Morgan had a deal with the prince, but apparently the prince hadn't told the sheriff about the deal. And Morgan thought the sheriff knew, and the sheriff didn't know. And so that was a whole thing. And then they were like, let's relocate and go to the other tower. Like, this is the tower. Let's go to your tower.
Also
and
known
we'll
as a daily
go
center,
from there.
yeah.
And so then they do that, and they hash some things out, and they agreed to become a coterie and work together and work with Gwen to try and keep some assholes from taking over the world, stealing everybody, enslaving, doing all the things that they want to do themselves.
Yep.
Melody's just sitting there like, I don't really understand what all's going on, but Mom said I should make more friends.
The best part is that with the mage coming into the tower, it also shows that not only did Jackson didn't think you were going to literally do it, but he went, "Oh yeah, he's just a young blowhard venturer. Yeah, whatever. He could say he's got all this shit, but until he produces, it's all just words, right?" So when Gwen then sees, the mage actually come out, and it's like, oh shit, he's real about this. Fuck.
Yeah, that nuke thing wasn't a joke.
Yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, he caused a nuke, or he could do this, blah blah blah. We can all say that, but until he actually produces, he's nothing but talking out of his ass.
Fair.
Thought that was Jackson's job.
And then the
He talks
intern
out of
walks
both
in,
ends.
and then they're like, "Oh wait, that's just the." Oh.
Gwen was literally 30 seconds away from stopping time, pulling the mage, and then yeeting him out of the 97th floor of the building.
So she's getting set to do that, and Morgan's like, "Oh hi, you made it."
She's like, "I'm sorry, what? How?"
And yeah,
It was fine. It's okay. Worked out.
I mean, he
Nobody
checked.
died.
He
Nobody
got
died.
permit. He did everything he was supposed to do.
Yeah, it's just the sheriff didn't know. This is fine.
It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And then
Awesome.
we're gonna next week we're gonna get to deal with Jackson going, wait, that was real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fine.
Do expect a call from Jackson. I'm
Look,
I'll make a note.
we'll Diablerize that guy when it comes to it. All right, it's fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, I was gonna offer him a phone.
Oh, interesting tactic. I mean, sure,
See,
phone works.
If we've got these new holographic displays where like you can hit a button and an arm pops out, and like if you're a kindred, you can actually feed from
I
it.
was gonna say if it's holographic, then
Yeah, that's usually not the best way of saying things.
it's fine.
I'm glad you're saying it's fine now.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. You're not sounding very convincing.
Look, it'll be okay.
Are you sure? I'm
No.
having doubts.
Okay, hang on. It'll be entertaining for Tommy to watch.
I will give you that.
It doesn't take that much for Tommy's entertainment, though. I feel like that's a little overkill.
Okay, well, we're going to be raising Tommy's standards this season.
It's unfortunate.
This will be fine. This will all be fine. No, it's not going to be fine at all.
So, what is everybody thinking for goals this week? I know that I've already got 7, but more may be coming depending on the first 2 things I already sent to Junie.
So Morgan's gonna try and make sure that he reiterates the agreements that he's got, because people keep not taking them seriously, and he's actually doing this stuff. And then he's he's gonna try and get his new assistant up to speed. Make sure that she understands what's going on, make sure that she actually signed that non-compete agreement and understands that, yes, he actually means that, and yes, that includes other groups, and if you've got a conflict of interest, disclose it, which she may or may not. That'll be interesting to find out. How about you? Sequence?
Wait. Why just sequence? I thought you were doing sequence and glitter.
Because the glitter gets everywhere, and if they're going to let me go places, then maybe don't leave a trail.
I mean, glitter's like pocket sand.
I know.
What about, packets of glitter that you can deliberately open to leave false trails?
Means of communication with Olivia. That might be something she needs to work out, because the coterie is based in Chicago. Olivia's in Joliet, and that's my supply.
Got one for you. Being that there needs to be eyes on the warehouses, you might move your tree house closer to Chicago. A supply is always given to you during the week.
We may just put a backup spot somewhere in a warehouse corner for me.
That too, that would work.
Cut a little squirrel-sized hole somewhere.
So we're gonna move Melody to Chicago.
Aren't the ladies living in a house in Chicago?
Which ladies? There are many.
The Romanes.
No, they're in Plainfield.
Okay. Never mind.
No, well, you know what?
Derek.
Wasn't he also in Plainfield?
He was up in Schaumburg.
He's also a liaison, I would assume. I mean,
yeah. He's for the northern. He's for the northern part of the group. He wasn't part of the southern. Okay. Find connection.
We'll figure something out. Backup plan at worst is putting a squirrel-sized door in the top corner of a warehouse somewhere.
Or, just hear me out. Tommy gets a roommate, or Melody gets a roommate and Tommy.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think I ever officially told you where Tommy lives. The only idea that I really had was probably a warehouse in the industrial area. So
all of a sudden
that could actually work.
Yeah. Well, how's this? Is that they make they have a tree house and a house. Okay, so it's a house in the industrial district. And I'll look at maps this week and pick something that would be nice to have, just a regular house. And then they have a big, huge tree house in the back, and Tommy can live in the basement.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. I mean, there were a bunch of Nos and stuff living in one of Olivia's houses. Are they still there?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Use that one if it's convenient. I know that's in Chicago. Or on the edge.
I had to find it again.
Okay.
You guys just let me know. I'm cool with making things work. That's fine.
No problem. I'll actually put all that up together this week. That's why I'm taking notes right now.
Question. So, when we were talking like last season, you kind of gave us an outline of Tommy's personality. Is there anything missing from Daily Tower?
No.
Okay.
Probably still in mild shock over the whole issue at the time.
Let's put it this way. Because I left that session with 3 hunger, he's probably thinking more about, like, feeding than he is about stealing.
Fair enough.
Don't eat friends.
But don't worry, I'm
eat
addressing
friends.
that in my goals. Don't worry.
So for Sava, I just want to say, how about this? Edible sprinkles that sparkle on the way out. Make your shit glitter.
It's called edible glitter, Jimmy. It's definitely a thing. And no thank you, not again.
Good to know. Good to know. Are you going to Daily Tower to allow? Are you going to let Daily Tower allow those? I mean, what he doesn't know won't hurt him.
You let me in.
I mean, this is true.
I was definitely dripping glitter this time.
I
And,
let you into the basement.
That's true.
and there is a glitter trail from when Melody walked in to the elevator. There's a whole thing of glitter on the bottom of that elevator, and then there is a bunch of glitter from the elevator to whatever conference room you guys were in, and then back out.
Olivia's gotten a lot of lectures on how some people don't appreciate glittering. That's what the sequins are for.
So, your cleaning staff is slightly upset, a bit mortified, and wondering.
Pretend you handed a jar of glitter to our 4-year-old. That's Melody.
I'm just wondering what it would take to get Goblin to come in and work with the special operations group to ward the building against glitter.
Problem, like, why would you do such a heinous and horrible thing?
Why would you ward the building against glitter?
So that you don't have trails of it on the floor. It's craft herpes.
Dude, okay, 2 words. DJ Roomba. You get entertainment and it cleans.
Yeah, it's gonna be cleaning for decades with as much glitter as that got just dumped into Daily Tower or Daily Plaza. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean that.
I'm sure he can afford enough Roombas for that.
I mean, it's gonna be shitting glitter from now until probably the next century,
Yeah, probably.
just from that one visit alone.
But look, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, absolutely,
Sequins, they
because-
stay on.
Well, Secrets actually falls out once in a while. I was a ballet dancer.
But it's nothing like the glitter.
This is true. This is true. I mean, a sequence thing might drop once in a while. It might fall off or untether or, but it will not leave stockpiles of, remember when I was here only like 2 hours ago. And you won't find a trail of it because it's like, oh, I was here in a whole pile of glitter.
Don't give the computer that look, I warned you.
No, I've just...
Glitter bomb.
This might actually interfere with one of Morgan's convictions.
What? No glitter? Or don't like to shine
No.
like a diamond?
No, Morgan's convictions.
Yeah,
Morgan has convictions.
apparently.
Yeah.
That's stretch.
What's your conviction?
Could be a problem.
To not be dirty?
Clean up your own messes.
Well, that can be dictated in like 4 to 5 billion different ways.
Right?
Yes, but leaving glitter trails around the tower?
At least it's not dead
Look.
bodies.
Just go with DJ Roomba. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, glitter bomb, exactly what Satan said. And just think of it this way. The Kia set is dripping glitter. The Kia set will be dripping glitter for like the next billionth episode. I mean, do you know how hard it is to get glitter out of hair?
Okay, new goal. There is going to be a hidden entrance added to the parking garage that will go directly to the basement area that will have a minimalistic floor, like concrete, where the shit can just get swept up.
Okay, this I can deal with. So hidden entrance for Melody at the Daily Center.
And I mean, that might be expanded to other people. It might be.
And she can't even get upset about that. Olivia's already done the same.
This is what happens when you turn around and embrace a changeling that's still very much glitter obsessed.
That is my primary conviction, is I'm supposed to sparkle,
I mean,
damn it.
that wouldn't really be too hard, considering that that's right by some of the L line. You always put in like a...
You know what? Daly's the kind of person who might be able to arrange for like an extra stop on the L.
I don't know if you would want to go that far.
No, but
Might not want to, but he could.
I would say for Tommy's and Melody's purposes, he does that secret entrance that's right by the L, so Tommy can just hop off when he needs to. And Melody can walk in because Tommy, being Nosferatu, shouldn't be seen.
That makes sense, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I'm ever seen with the dice pool that I get for that, having that Oblivion, I'm gonna be upset. Just saying.
Do you ever get seen with what?
With the dice pool that I have, like,
Oh.
the amount of dice I get when I have the Shadows cloak up is like...
Ridiculous.
You were rolling 10 die, weren't you?
Yeah, but actually, now that I think about it, I think I should have been rolling 12.
No, we'll take a look at it.
Or
There you
I was gonna ask, do I add the Oblivion to the Obfuscate?
go. You're using Obfuscate, right? Not Oblivion.
But Oblivion's the second cloak, or the Shadow Cloak. So it would be Unseen Passage and Shadow Cloak.
See, I'm just taking Melody as physical as possible for quite some time. It's like she is going to win every scrap she gets into, damn it.
I may actually ask, and I'll find out for you, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, find out, because if I can, then it would be a 12 dice pool instead of a 10.
Right.
So.
All right, I will ask, and I will get back to you on that this week.
Yeah.
So I can find out, and I know. I mean, we're diving into a whole set of clan and a whole set of powers and abilities I haven't played with, and I have not run with. So for me, it's I don't know, and I will find out.
I'm looking forward to figuring that out together.
I didn't think in the first episode we were gonna get shadow noodles. And
That's what we call Aussie now.
Look.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, we should totally call Ozzy Shadow Noodles.
He is a shadow noodle.
He'd love it. It would be the best thing.
So wait, it's okay. So Ozzy is now known as Shadow Noodles.
Yep.
This will lead to some amazing advertisements trying to get him gigs. Looking for a good time? Call
Shadow Noodles. Yep.
It's Ozzy and the Shadow Noodles. Yeah. Tentacles. Oh my. Well, that's what we're calling the tentacles. The Shadow Noodles now.
So yeah, I've got a ton of goals. Nothing solid until I hear back from Junie about the box and the book.
The box and the book I am going to be writing up today and tomorrow.
Take your time. Outside of that, it's just going to be basic stuff like finding out more information about Nerdy's character, which I'm going to talk directly to Nerdy about, and then probably just doing a little bit of a little stuff with Ozzy. That kind of thing.
Yeah, the funny part is that now we have Alessandra, and now we have a Nosferatu that has Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
What can go wrong?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, there's.
What could go wrong is Gabe comes back and we mistake one Shadow Noodle for the other.
What could go wrong is Gabe comes back, and you know he's got Oblivion too, and you know.
Fucking
Or hear me out. Gabe thinks about coming back and says, "Nah, that's not my problem anymore."
Nah, not my squirrels.
Everybody.
But you gotta remember, you know, Gabe's at that lower humanity too. So, I mean, but so's Tommy.
Sorry.
So,
Poor Gabe. Gabe was our cinnamon roll Tremere.
Yeah.
If there could ever have been a cinnamon roll Tremere, that was Gabe. Also known as Dr. Sexy.
yeah. Anyway, I was really happy to come back into this. I had a really good time jumping back into the story. I love playing with you guys. I've really I felt like I was having withdrawals for the time that we were playing. So
I know. I'm sorry. We when we end the season, Junie needs like a break from not storytelling because I do this for
and I
9
totally get
months.
that, but let me tell you, like after 2 months, I'm like, oh my god, can we please play again?
It's like, Junie, I need my fix. I'm like, okay.
Right?
We were supposed to start last weekend, but my parents decided to come and visit me for my daughter's birthday. So we had to push it back a week. So,
Curse you for
hi.
parents.
Hi.
No, right? So Morgan's going to do what this week?
Probably gonna work on that entrance. Gonna, spend a good bit of it kind of politicking, dealing with various groups because, he had agreements with mages and with the tower and with the anarchs and with some guru. And, wants to make sure those are being taken seriously. And that's probably the main thrust of it. He's also going to be working on. He's still going to be working on things that he can do for boons. Like he's working on ways that he can leverage what he has already to get boons from other kindred and kind of start participating in that economy.
Okay. Gotcha.
So thoughts on that is going to be like magic access to a magic phone or something for like a small boon every so often or something. Something like that
Okay.
to, start getting boons in that he can then leverage for various things.
Okay, that's fair. And Melody, what are you doing for goals? Besides more glitter and sequence. Mm-hmm.
My brain's still shut down.
Okay. What are you gonna try? What is Melody thinking of doing this week, including glitter and sequence? Or should we circle?
Son, get out of my office.
Or do we circle back to you like this in the middle of the week?
Goals will probably pop up in the middle of the week, but
Yeah, fair enough.
acquiring a communication method with Olivia and because the supply needs secured if I'm hanging out in the coterie regularly,
Right.
or snacky bad. And I mean, Melody's mostly on the. Oh dear, there's people now. Kind of one.
Yes, but you've been such a monster hunter against vampire, and now that you're actually one, this will be an interesting turn for how Melody actually interacts with Kindred now.
Yeah. So that should be fun to figure out.
This will be entertaining, and I'm looking forward to it. And plus, I want to see how all the Kindred get together, because all the Kindred now have completely different aspects, different affiliations, and people might have to be choosing if they want to be with the Tower, if they want to be Anarch, if they want to go at Tarkus, and see where they want to associate with and how they want to associate with. So do keep that in mind as well. Where do your legions lie, and what would give you the most political either gain or protectional gain, safety gain, whatever you want to do for self-preservation, which of the groups is going to actually bring that to you and give you what you need as long as you follow their rules. And see how that's going to impact your character. I do know and acknowledge that the Sabbat book is coming out, and I believe that comes out in August, which will be in the middle of this chronicle, and I will be reading it to see if that will fit into this chronicle. I'm not promising anything. I'm just stating that right now. I'm aware of the book, I know that the book exists, and I know that it will be coming out. Apparently somebody already pre-purchased it for me, so I'm not going to worry about getting it. It's going to happen. Thank you, Small Bacon.
Okay, I'm still in my thing. You need to go play.
Okay.
Okay.
We got 4 more minutes. I'm sorry, Guru Nation. I love you. Hearts, Guru Nation.
Said she loves you. Go play. We're almost done.
Okay.
Auntie Junie is almost done with your parents.
Yeah, it'll be fun seeing how we all play together and how it falls apart.
And when the mage decides to pop in and out, and how the mage brings in their political affiliations, because she's got a choice. She can either go with the traditions or she can go with the technocracy. I know what the choice is, but this choice still needed to be made.
Yeah.
So that if she went with the technocracy, that would have gone through a completely different storyline. If she's going with the tradition, it's a completely different storyline. Plus, depending on where they go, will then lead you guys into a different world of storyline that will involve that first coterie and that first understanding of how did this stuff interplay into each other, and to see how you guys handle their mess-ups or their actions, because what you do in the past always recurs and has to do something in the future. You are guys that future now. Congrats!
Yay.
You sound so excited.
Not my squirrels.
Oh, well, they're gonna be your squirrels.
Damn it.
Because one of them is gonna be living with you.
Yeah, good luck with that, by the way. Tommy might have a hoarding problem.
That's alright, you'll have a full house to do a
Good
hoarding problem with.
Yeah.
You're muted. Dear.
Muted.
You're muted, dear.
You're still muted.
We love
Yeah,
you.
I need the tree.
Yeah, the tree. Yeah, for sure.
That's why you have the tree. And then once a week, cleaning ladies will come in and clean the house. The basement will be all of Tommy's. Which I have a feeling he will then break one of the walls and start building out even more of the basement for his own needs.
Why break out when you can dig down?
Well, I was talking, you're in the basement, so you're gonna break down a wall and keep going forward, or going which way ever direction you want to
But you
go.
can dig down.
Okay, if you want to do a
As
sub-basement.
a player,
Down.
as an outsider looking in, this roommate situation looks like a nightmare waiting to happen.
It probably is.
Oh, it is.
100%.
10,000%.
And that's when Morgan will go, but I can buy the whole block for you, and you can have this long interconnected stellar basement.
And Tommy's gonna be like, hell no.
And you'll be like, but
Hell no.
if you got sub-basements, I want sub-basements.
Technically, he's already got that.
Yes. I don't want his charity sub-basements, alright?
You want his own sub-basements.
I want my own sub-basement.
Oh my god.
Well, and if you steal something and it never leaves the property where you stole it, did you really steal it?
Exactly.
Okay, so yes, for dramatically drastic understatement does call for another shot, but bad puns call for 2. For those that are playing at home.
There's no alcohol in it. Taking a shot of tea. Oh, that's fair.
That's valid. We will accept any shots. It does not have to be alcoholic.
I'm not drinking the bubble solution in front of me. No.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to, but this is fine. However, that's our wrap up for the day. the first one, so it's gonna be short. This is fine. We haven't gone into trauma yet. I haven't even brought in the drama yet.
We're getting
Oh, we
there.
do that on our own.
Yes, this is true. I don't even have to worry about this. This will be fine, kids. It'll be all fun. You'll enjoy this next 10 months of insanity and vampirism.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So, thank you guys all for coming in for our first ever Take Another Breath, Breathe. I don't know.
We really got to come up with a name.
I know, because, Mystic's like, oh, well, let's just...
Rebreathe.
Another shot.
Another shot.
That's
there
it.
you go.
That's it.
Another shot.
We're going with another shot. Instead of take a breath, it's another shot.
I like it. Let's do
I'll
it.
drink to that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cheers.
Okay, so Tab is now AS. Another shot.
Okay.
It's a series, so it's ASS.
There you go.
Yeah, Take Another Shot series. Hi, welcome to Ass.
Thanks for joining us on Ass today.
We had an ass of a time. We hope you did too.
We're doing shots right off the ass.
Shot. Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. All right, and poor Tanari's like, my liver is going to kill me.
Can't drink yet. My kids are awake.
That's why you do shots of coffee. It's called espresso. All right, guys.
No.
We should really be a pixie. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. We will see you all next Saturday for Vampire, Another Breath, and we will try and give you more chaos and insanity.
Try.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. Bye, guys.